Why am I turning down the volume? Like, I'm turning down the heat in the car. Forgive me. What's up, YouTube? It's your girl Euphoria tapping in. And as you guys know, it is day 251 of evolving into a starseed, and we are now in this. Okay, so now you're a starseed. What's next? Part of the series, because we went through the Are You Truly Healing or Masking part of the series and the How to Become a Starseed. So now we're understanding we are in fact starseeds. We always have been. It's just the evolving portion is just coming into the realization that you are in fact a starseed. You are in fact made of the same exact materials as the rest of the universe, especially the stars and space and everything else around you. So now that you understand that you are a starseed, what's up, love? In this portion of the journey, what's next? What do you do now that you have the awareness? And I'm blessed and honored to be able to, one, lead you guys, guide you. Well, I don't say lead, but guide you and lead you if you decide to follow and subscribe into this journey, into the knowingness of what you truly are and how to handle that. So today's topic on day 251 of evolving into a starseed. Okay, so now you're a starseed. What's next? We're going to talk about soul family. And a lot of people say, oh, soul family. So that should be easy. Like, whatever just ignites your soul and makes you happy. Yes. Yes, yes, and yes. But a lot of us forget that the family that we're born into isn't necessarily our family. But also, sometimes the family that you're born into is your family. It's just not how it's programmed. So, for instance, you might have a grandmother who's more like a mother, or an aunt that's more like a mother. You may have a brother that's more like a father. You may have a son that's more like a husband. I'm not judging because, you know, if we think about ancient Egyptians, Isis and Osiris were brother and sister. They had Horus as their son. And Set and Nephis were brother and sister. They were also brother and sister to Isis and Osiris. And they had the son that was Anubis, I think was their son, if I'm not mistaken. And all of their mother was, in fact, Nut, the Sky Mother. Yes. So, with all that into consideration, we got to think about how back in the day, and you know, just a few centuries ago, even in royal families, incest was like a main practice thing. So, if we're all souls being reincarnated through the ethers, there's a potential thing that you might have been actually married to your brother at one point in time in your life, or you and your brother might be more like husband and wife, and you and your kids same way, and you're just being born into each other's life with a soul contract to love and nurture each other through this journey, right? So when it comes to the soul family, a lot of people, like, they just start thinking the wrong things. It's like whoever you get support from and whoever your soul loves the most and shows you the most compassion and love, that's who you're supposed to be attracted to. And not saying that you're supposed to be out here lusting after your kids. Hell no. Because soul relationships aren't necessarily also sexual. They're just supportive. As we all know, sensuality is a part of spirituality. Because you look at Hinduism, you look at Commission gods, you know, Kemetic, you look at the Ankh, things of that sort. I don't have my necklace on today. I took it off. I gave it a break. But we look at the Kemetics, you know, the womb and the phallus coming together. Same thing as Shakti Shiva. You go into those temples, they literally are glorifying sex. You know, you look on the temple walls, you'll see pictures of men with their phalluses out and women with their bosoms out, bouncing on top of these things like in holy temples. So the act of actual sex is spiritually enlightening. That's how you actually get into a Kundalini rising with someone, right? That's how you get into a Kundalini rising. You have to get into sensual energy. You have to connect with all your chakras. And a lot of the times in America, we jump straight into the lust part of it. We jump straight into the wanting to feel the sexual stimulations of these different things. We're not thinking about the aspect of how this activates our body, right? How this can activate you and take you to the next level, right? So with that being said, my goodness, it always comes. With that being said, I want it to be understood that the sensuality or the sensuality or the kundalini experience that you're experiencing, that you might experience with a loved one, a relative, a child, doesn't necessarily have to be looked at as sexual. Okay, it's not always sexual. So once you come to that realization and you get that, that's when you finally can, I think, better live out your experience here, right? Better understand your experience here. Better understand that you, in fact, are meant to experience these feelings, these sensations with other people and relatives, but it's based on who and what your soul family actually is composed of. So I appreciate you guys for being open-minded, because you have to be open-minded when it comes to these layers of being a starseed that occur, like the ancient Egyptian families that we're praying to. They were brother and sister, they were related. Isis and Osiris were brother and sister, but they ended up having Horus, the one eye that everyone wanted to see through, that third eye that everybody needed to attain. Okay, so now that we got past that portion, some of us might have a soulmate that is actually our child. A lot of the times we say, oh, these single mothers, they're putting the weight of the world on their children, not realizing those children's spirits were strong enough to hold the weight of the world in that woman's life, because that might actually be her soulmate from another past life. And the same thing for a daughter to a father. Same thing for two siblings. It's just, it might be the soul's journey. You have to understand that everything is in divine order. There's no mistakes being made. Nothing is a mistake. Everything was ordained so that we could learn a lesson from it. There's a reason why you see a person who has a disability and you either judge them and laugh at them, or you look at them and you say, wow, through that disability you still made it this far in life. I could really learn from that. I could really like grow from understanding that. For instance, I'll give y'all one perspective. There's a girl in my job, well, she went to high school with me. She was born with her hands on her shoulders, meaning she doesn't have arms. She just has little teeny tiny hands on her shoulders. She's in a wheelchair. She can't even walk. She has to use a special thing to be able to move herself around in this wheelchair. Right? So with that being said, with her having this disability, most people would have thought, oh, she's going to be on some kind of dependence her whole entire life. She's going to be on some kind of like need for something outside of herself her whole entire life. This girl has made her whole entire bit. Like, I literally lived across the street from this place and I went over there to go get benefits. This girl literally made a whole entire business and got a whole entire public storefront domain for her to run a disabilities clinic for other people who were disabled. Right? So with that being said, understand, know, and acknowledge that just because she was born without arms and couldn't walk doesn't mean that she wasn't going to be a successful woman in life. And when we're able to look at something that is not of the ordinary to us and learn from it versus judge it, that's when we're able to be extraordinary ourselves, right? Okay. So when we don't judge people who in the past, ancient Egyptians. I'm from DC, but I was raised in Maryland. I was born in DC. My family is from DC. We still have, like, most people's houses were in DC, but my grandmother moved to Maryland to make a better life for my mother, my father. I mean, my mother and my uncle. Look, I might have meant that. My mother, my father, my uncle might be like my spiritual father. You know what I'm saying? Because they were like in some kind of contractual spiritual marriage at some point when I was born, which is probably why my father wasn't able to show up. My uncle was there. We're talking about so basically today we're talking about the evolution of a starseed, and today's episode is soul family. So we're in the okay, so now you're a starseed, what's next? And this portion of the whole entire ordeal, we're now speaking on understanding that your soul family could be your actual family, is just not in the way that it's rendered to your consciousness. Meaning, your mother might be your mother, but she might actually be more like a sister or a daughter. Your mother might be more like your daughter. Your child might be more like your husband or your father. When it comes to soul family and soul contracts, sometimes it's backwards. Sometimes it's your grandmother's your mother. You get what I'm saying? So a lot of us, we're like, oh, blood family ain't family. It's like, no, we're looking at our family for the positions and the titles that they're holding based on, biology, based on what we understand on the physical level. We're not thinking about the spiritual lessons that we're learning from these relationships. So sometimes these soul contracts, like I said, your son could be more like your husband. Your brother could be more like your husband. Your grandmother might be more like your mother, or even your sister. And then your mother might be more like your daughter, based on what your soul contract signed up to do. So when you're becoming a starseed, or when you finally realize you are a starseed, you stop looking at people with these labels. Like, okay, that's my mother, that's my father. Like, no, that might be my son, that might be my daughter, and then my son is actually the parent helping me raise them. So there's that. But then also, of course, like I said, you can also have soul family outside of your family dynamic. So outside of that, hold on, y'all. Outside of that, you might actually have someone. Oh my god! What? Ever since this man came and walked over here, my throat chakra is just thrown off, and it's really throwing me off. Like, ugh. Okay, there we go. That's better. So you might actually have you might actually have people outside of your family that are more like related, like relatives to you too. Strangers can be a part of your soul tribe as well. Like, for instance, when I got my first Reiki adjust, oh my god, my hand sanitizer was right here the whole entire time. When I got my first Reiki alignment, I told the girl, I'm like, yeah, people always try to say I'm like all set or something. She's like, that's so funny. I actually did my spiritual alignment and I was told that I was all set. And she actually had like some all set healing oils. And she said, yeah, that was my name when I was indoctrinated into a group. That's the name that they gave me. It was all set. So instead of me like, no, I'm the real all set, or like to Beyonce, which is the same, this is the same entity, Oshun. Set, Oshun, and Isis are the same person, the goddess of the sun. It's the same woman, just three different names, three different ways to break it down. Just like Jesus is Horus, Jesus, as well as Ganesh in three different religions. I'm saying this also to remind you guys that eventually, I mean, I spoke about this a few days ago, but also religion starts to blend when you become aware that you're a starseed. You realize it's not about being Christian, it's not about being Catholic, it's not about being anything other than what you are, which is aware, spiritual, and conscious. So, all these people, oh, if you don't believe in Jesus, you going to hell. Oh, shut up. That's not true, because Jesus is Ganesh and Horus as well. So I could believe in Horus and just follow that storyline because it better suits my mental and what I understand, even though the story essentially is all the same. In every single book, it's the same. Ganesh gets his head cut off by his father. Jesus gets told by his father that he has to sacrifice himself for everyone else. Horus's body is dismembered and all his parts are given to everyone else all around the world for them to be able to benefit from his essence. They become one whole body of Horus. So it's the same story, just broken down three different ways. And when you finally get to the point of being a starseed, you realize, oh, there's no separation. So I shouldn't be judging them because their religion is this or their religion is that. It's the same fucking story, for lack of better words. I'm sorry to use the F word this morning, but sometimes you just gotta put that exclamation point on the sentence, that extra salt on the sentence. Like, no, it's the same fucking story. So just get over it. Oh, Jesus is Lord. Oh, Horus is Lord. Oh, the story is the son was sacrificed so that everybody else could live longer. Now, if you want to appropriate that into your own life and have your son be the living sacrifice for your family, so it makes you feel better that when you have your firstborn son, 9 times out of 10, they will experience the life of what Horus is experiencing. And then the baby boy gets to be this really nurtured, spoiled brat, and they end up having a jealousy thing, which would be the story between Set and Osiris, the two brothers that were jealous of each other. Set took Osiris's son, Horus, and literally killed him. And they became one body. They became a combined soul, where it was the eye and the, you get what I'm saying? So it's like when you start to realize the story, you start to realize what really was going on all along and what we experience in our everyday life. And it makes it a little bit more digestible, but also gives you the understanding that, okay, my brother loves my son so much because essentially that's the story of Horus and Set. Okay, now I'm still disturbed because I'm the oldest of 5, right? My mom has 5 kids. But the thing that makes it funny is me and my brother did raise my son in my apartment together. And then my other brother would always come over trying to get into my son's head. But him and my little sister were more so connected, right? Then my middle sister, she's like my mom's twin, which would make her like the next incarnation of what Mother Nook would be to the whole entire family dynamic. But then she had a daughter which took the essence from me in order to live. And me and my mom, I'm the firstborn to my mom, so this daughter being the firstborn to my sister, that's why me and my niece are so connected spiritually. Like, we just have telepathy where we just be talking, like we just look at each other like, I know, girl, it's all good. She came I came in the house one time, she handed me a piece of paper, a piece of yellow paper, and was like, it's like, you need your solar plexus. Here, take some yellow. You need it. So when you get to the point of realizing in this spiritual journey that it's not about labels, it's not about any kind of thing like that. It has nothing to do with any of that. The story is simply you living and experiencing souls and whatever your contract to that soul is. So that might be your mother, but she's more like your daughter. That might be your son, but it's more like an actual husband. Not in a sexual, sensual way, but in a supportive, kundalini rising, spiritual alignment. Y'all spirits were meant to be one. And then you'll end up dating somebody who's going to remind you of your son. Like, I had somebody I dated that had the exact same birthday as my son, right? So for me, I was very much at first thrown off by it, but then I realized, like, I guess I get it. You know, I guess I get it. But that's all for you guys to, you know, come into the realization of, understand, and really be ready to digest, because not everybody's ready for that level of spirituality where you realize, like, oh my God, my child is my husband. Oh my God, my daughter is my wife. And then you realize that's why you end up dating someone that's just like your child. Like the last person I dated, they were also a dragon. My son's a dragon, they're a dragon. But if I understand the story of Horus and my son, body dismembered, feeding everybody, spiritually contracted into being one unified soul that supports one eye, one vision, one band, one sound. When one of us looks bad, we all look and sound bad. So then that kind of makes me understand why the person that I recently dated was so spread so thin across so many different dimensions, so many different people, so many different understandings. It's like, oh, and they both were dragon spirits in the Chinese zodiac. So it's like very fast, very quick-witted people, very intelligent young men. Even though people looked at them as bad and disruptive and chaotic, they actually were very, very intelligent people. So again, that level of discernment and spiritual awareness, it takes skill and really a level-headed mind to be able to embody and not look at it like, oh my God, my son is my husband, that's so gross. Or, oh my God, the person that I dated wanted to be a part of my son so bad. Why? It's like they're the same soul. They're the same soul. Now, your son might be the lighter version of the soul, and the other person you dated might have been a darker version, or vice versa. But when you get to this level of the spiritual journey, you know, it's like, oh, no wonder my brother's always the person that's kind of like giving me a boost up when I break up with people. No wonder this person and my brother and this person reminded me so much of each other when I was dating them. Ooh, excuse me, Lord. In the grocery store, we need a refill on green. Anybody got an extra green cup they ready to pour into the collective? Appreciate you. Ooh, child. And then even that aspect of spirituality, realizing like you can literally ask for what you need. It's just best that you ask first. You know, a lot of times people just come in and they just bombard your energy and just take whatever they want. I respect people who are able to come into my energy and be like, "Dog, my heart heavy," and then I can pour from my heart chakra into that person. Or, man, I don't know, my stomach feeling funny. I could pour from my solar plexus. You know, just, oh man, my throat real sore. I feel real tight. Like I feel like I don't know. Then I could pour from my throat chakra. I can speak life into you. I could speak, affirmations over you. But if you don't communicate those things with me, then I don't know how to pour into your cup. Right? So again, this level of spirituality, it becomes a part where you realize the world is your mirror, even with all the soul contracts and the supposed labels, even when it comes to your spirit husband, your soul contracts. Just understanding that we are all here and we're all going through this life until somebody really actually goes as far as tearing down this government construct and proving to the government that it'd be so much more easy for us to be like, fuck currency, let's just use our energy as currency. Like we keep saying we're the land of the free, home of the brave. How about we just simply take what we know about the universe and just make everything free, and then like literally like become free people and just work together and see how that will change the country. Like give us like 1 month of trying it and see, and if it works then move forward with it, but if it doesn't then of course re-indoctrinate your whole entire system. But to not give it a try and see if it actually is going to work, because it's something that we did in the past anyway and it was working then and things were flourishing, people were happy, people were not aging as fast as they are today. Then, I mean, even the need for Social Security and all of that income, like all that stuff, the need for that stuff just goes away. You get what I'm saying? So it's just the soul contract and the soul journey is going to help you really get into the point where you realize, like, we're not even working for money. We're working for energy. Like, you go to work, you get drained by the people around you, right? But then you go to work and they tell you that work is basically spiritually draining people, holding people in your solar plexus, doing all these different weird acts. That's what they tell you work is. To use your witchy powers to siphon the energy of innocent people, which I think is fucking demonic. But whatever, I'm a healer. Whereas some people like, no, my job is to just simply pour out until I'm empty, and then somebody will help me at the end of the day. It depends on what side of the workforce they ask you to join, because people will come to an event to get filled up, but it's like, okay, hair cuttery, for instance, that's where I work at. They've been around for some years, but people are learning to do hair at their own houses. So going to a commercialized salon these days for your younger people don't make sense, because it's like I could just go to a neighborhood where everybody's just hustling, bustling, and energy's just flowing freely. Whereas in a corporate environment that the business is not doing as well, you might end up in an environment where it's a bunch of people that don't love their own lives. They steal from you and they say that they're paying company taxes, right? Because that's what the person tried to tell me. She's like, you're paying your company taxes right now. I looked at her and said, baby, you don't get the fuck out of my face and stop trying to drain my energy. Every time I come here, my car stopped working. I be sleep on the side of the road. Y'all know that I've been living in my car. I'm getting my apartment on tomorrow. I'm going to my to get my voucher and sign up for the actual location tomorrow. Thank God, after 8 months. But you know that I ain't got shit. I ain't got no community behind me. I barely got family standing behind me. For you to sit here every day, every time I come in here, my car get drained. But if I sleep on the side of the road in the middle of the night around nobody, in the middle of the dark, next to the woods, my car will turn off in the middle of the night and still turn back on. But when I walk up in your establishment, it's like my whole battery just get drained. It's looking to me like I'm not the outdated one. It looks to me like I'm actually giving you life. And you telling me if I don't work hard to help you collect energy in a toxic, demonic, horrible, not godly way, that I'm the reason that I go home drained. Because I don't know how to pull energy from people. And it's like, you're not supposed to be pulling. You're supposed to be letting people. Because people come in there, they'll just pour right into you. They're just like, hey, here you go. I got it. I'm just pour it into you. I'm not tripping. Here. But my own coworkers, they don't get that. That's why they don't get the customers that operate like that. They don't understand that if you just sit there and just be cool, you're going to be all right. Now, I've been wanting to always stay down and be cool, all right? Sorry, I got cars driving all around me. So forgive the aura if it keeps on getting people tired of shit. They found a hot spot. They're like, oh, shit. Man, that's like 25 people trying to walk in my direction. Like literally 1, 2, 3, 4, then 4 cars just popped up. Like I just sat down right here. That's how magnetic your energy be. When you truly understand who you are. And you could either, I'm gonna sit here for a few seconds, but I ain't about to sit here and just let all y'all just walk past me and steal what I got going on. Because I gotta go to work my damn self. What I'm gonna take to work? If they already gonna drain me when I walk in the door at work. Y'all on y'all way to work, y'all take what y'all got, y'all own bag of berries and just go on about your business. But I try to pour into the collective, but it's like the work that I want to do, where I'll be pouring into people, it would be me pouring into people and getting paid to pour into people. Meaning, like, I know my job is to just be a fountain of youth and pour into you, but let me be compensated enough so that I can also do work on myself, have enough solitude, be able to get away from community enough to be able to provide the service to you. If you don't pay me enough to even do that, to refresh myself, how do you expect to keep on using me as a fountain if you don't allow the fountain to be refilled? It's like trying to get tea from a glass that you already drank all the tea out of. Well, that don't make sense. All right, because you see, as soon as I drove away, the numbers went back up. Like, So, I just want to stress that to you guys, that when you get on a soul journey, you will get to a point where it's like, because your energy is so pure, so many people want to have access to you. Especially when you finally understand your star seed, understand your energy, understand, everything about you. It's like, oh, that's attractive. Then if you fall in love with somebody and y'all are just sharing y'all love freely, just bouncing off the walls with each other, child, everybody gonna want to be in y'all face. It's a reason why certain people want to be around certain people. It's like, ooh, it's just love oozing off of y'all bones. I just want to, can I just have a piece of what y'all got vibrating between y'all? It's a piece, please. So, there's that. All right. Now, let's take it up another notch. You're spiritually gifted and a starseed. There's a whole nother layer of consciousness that comes with that. Meaning, for instance, me. Somebody in my energy, I'm going to see him in my dreams. So, like, last night I woke up, I was like, what's going on with my sacral chakra? John was bubbling. I'm talking about energy was just all over the place. And that John. So I'm like, all right, let me go see what's going on up in here. I cannot lie to you guys. I woke up, and I was just like, y'all. I look at a little tarot video. Girl's like, yeah, somebody trying to make their way to you. They trying to show off. But then she said something about, like, the friend was involved and all this other menage a trois craziness that I wasn't really trying to hear. I'm like, oh, God. But I remember the other night that my friend was trying to get me to, like, go up with them, which is, like, spiritually elevate yourself through consciousness and, again, sensuality, kundalini rising, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video. So I didn't know if it was that friend or a new friend. They kept saying it's somebody new, but I'm like, nobody really is new. I don't really know anybody new. What's going on? Y'all got people putting on masks just to be able to be my sexual energy, just so they can siphon enough energy to make it through this next cycle to get into the next phase. Because as we all know, each moon phase is a phase. Meaning, like, just like a woman has a period and sheds out that lining and then it gets restored to have a new chance at getting a new life brought into the universe. Same thing with the moon. It's like it's a release. Usually women are on their cycle during this time. I happen to be one that's actually ovulating at the time of the moon. When everyone else is releasing, I'm ovulating. So I feel like I'm off because there was a relationship that I was in where I was perfectly aligned with the moon. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, but the dude just was not it for me. Like, he was just giving not right. I feel like he's gonna try to come around, or he's been trying to come back around. But again, when I was with, I'm not gonna lie, when I was with this guy, my cycle, moon start, my cycle might have came the day before the moon. The whole entire moon cycle, I'm releasing just like everybody's releasing, because the moon is all about releasing and completion and just getting things out. But now I'm with the opposite of that person, or somebody who knows that person but is kind of on a different frequency, and it's like I'm trying to gather and bring in right now, which is still a form of completion, because there's nothing wrong if your cycle isn't aligned with the moon. You're still aligned with the moon, but based on when your cycle lines up with the moon could really determine what you're doing in your life, whether you're rebirthing something, birthing something, renewing something, or completely, like, it's 3 different ones. It's like a white, pink, and a dark red, and so, I forgot what they all said, but around those things, right? Give or take, those were the things. Rebirthing, birthing something new, or time to just recycle completely. I don't know. It's something of the sort. Something of the sort. Anywho, so I'm not on my cycle. I'm ovulating now, and I woke up to all of that commotion going on my sacral chakra, and she's on the video. She's like, "Yeah, girl, you better get into that. Oh, baby, after this, you're going to end up crying after this kind of love that this guy's trying to offer you." She's saying stuff about the person I just was dating. It's like she was trying to bring 2 different dudes, or 3 different, like, all these men into the energy. And I'm just looking like, either you trying to set me up, or you don't know how to read. And it's feeling like it's one of the first one or something. I don't know. It just feel a little off. I ended up falling asleep during all of that. I'm like, child, I'm going to sleep. Like, I don't know who it is. I mean, I try to grab shoulders, like, you know, spiritually with my eyes, like, grab a certain person, like, turn around, like, okay, it's not that person. Okay, that person. Okay, I might know who it is, I might not. I don't know. I can't tell. Right? Ooh, I just did all that. That just made my guts feel like they got electrocuted. Jesus Christ. So I think I know who it is. I'm not sure. Because, again, I hate men that do not approach me directly. But when I grabbed a certain person's shoulders, like, the vibe was definitely giving a way stronger vibe than the other 2 vibes that kind of tried to pull through. So, what am I trying to get? With the soul contract that I did sign up for, I don't know what this entails for me. I'm like, does this entail actual relationship, or is it just a spiritual connection? A spiritual marriage where we're spiritually married because we want to have the same things, but we don't necessarily actually physically connect. We just, our souls are merged. Our souls are relying on each other's frequencies. Or one person with multiple spirits in itself. And that's what the last person I talked to, they had the spirit of the first person I ever started, like, falling in love with all the way through. Like, they were literally every single karmic person I ever dated. Every person that ever put their hands on me, was nasty to me, rude to me. He was all them people in one. So this other person is supposed to be, like, brand new. I feel like he had some of those traits, but I kept on, like, I kept having a dream where it would be like the dude that I actually dated storyline, like his story, but it'd be the other guy's face. And I'm like, why is it like that? And I think it's because one is like a karmic twin and one is like the real twin, or karmic soulmate and then soulmate. So it's like, you choose which one you want. You want to go where it's hot, or you want to go where it's cool. And you know what I'm saying? Because I just thought about, ooh, I just got hot as shit. Godly. Turn the AC on up in this hole. God damn. I had the heat on. It was feeling good. Now I gotta turn the damn AC on. You messing around with different frequencies and shift. So you ain't gotta say shit no more. You can say shift. Messing around with different frequencies and shift. So with that being said, me moving towards the energy that I think it is, I do feel more poised. I do feel more put together. But I saw a phone number came through. I saw a phone number came through last night, and I feel like it has something to do with. Excuse me, y'all. Hold on 1 second. I feel like it has something to do with the, I guess, lower frequency, which is crazy because both of them have a high frequency. And it was a point in time when I was trying to go up the other night, like I guess a test run for what we had to do during the full moon. They both were present. One's color is red, the other one's color is baby blue. We keep hearing this burning, like, babe, I'm burning blue, like, and then it's like red. It's like choices: red pill, blue pill. Literally, even right now, like I woke up, I had red selected for my ambient lights in my car, right? Between blue, then they got ice blue, but they got soft blue, then red. But for me, I'm more of a purple person, so I'm like balancing between both. So I'm like, I think I might have a spiritual contract to deal with both sides so that both are valid, so that I can get perspectives from both sides of the spectrum. It's like a yin yang thing. Or, because I don't want to disrespect anybody's spiritual hygiene and bring them something that they don't want to be involved with either. So I'm really trying to get some clarity from the universe. And then what I went to was a dream last night. And this is all relative. The dream last night was about the grocery store again. What food are you eating? And I remember there was a point where I had a dream where I had got all vegan food in my cart and I was ready to check out, but then I got distracted and started talking to somebody. And then I ended up getting another cart that had like frozen food, pizzas, candy, ice cream in it. And everybody that was like my new friends, they were like, you gonna get that basket of food? What the heck is wrong with you, girl? You better go back and get that vegan shit. Stop playing. Ew. Like the girls at my job, they like, oh, we like meat, we like this, we like that. So they kind of trying to force me to go for this option. Because that's like, they eat the same kind of foods, they think the same way, they have a carnal nature. Whereas other soulmate is more like, I eat clean, I'm eating light, I eat one time a day, I don't even need to really eat. Like energy is bustling and whistling through me because I'm becoming more like energy. So I can really like with my mind control what my energy does. Versus like use so much force, like having to do like a hand gesture to make the energy move, like to have to like, versus like just thinking about it and just, you know. So that understanding of those dualities, that there's different, like even like these African people keep coming out their house just like looking around trying to see what the fuck I'm doing. Like, nigga, I'm on a different frequency than you, and that's okay. There's different frequencies. You don't listen to every single radio station at once. I'm not being disrespectful. I'm about to take a shower at my grandmother's house. But like, there's different frequencies. When we can finally respect that, we'll understand that, oh, you're 95.5. You're 95.5. I'm 92Q. We're not the same radio station, so we're not going to vibrate together. And I don't have to dominate you in order to be in your space. I actually don't have to do anything to you or around you. I can just exist and know that you're in your bubble and I'm in my bubble, and that's okay. But this dude who lives above my grandmother, he just came out to his car, kept flashing the lights, trying to show face. It's like, dude, don't nobody give a flying for no. But it's like, when you get into a different energy, they come and they try to destroy that frequency, trying to like overstep it. And it's like, y'all are messing with God's divine plan. I'm sorry to let y'all know, but that's not what God planned for my life. I'm not supposed to be here with y'all. So to keep on trying to like impose your authority over me when I don't live here. I'm just coming to take a shower and leave and go to work. You trying to control and run me and take over my whole entire energy cipher is like, but they like, well, you trying to come take over us? No, I'm not. I'm just coming to take a shower. I can't help that my energy's that grandiose. It took me not eating soup with meat, carbs. Like, I really take my diet seriously, so it makes my energy different than yours. And if you as a human being can't understand that, then you're missing it, right? Like, you miss it when you don't realize that people are supposed to have different frequencies in you. Like, it's a bunch of Africans and Hispanics just around, like, trying to battle about who's going to be able to dominate this energy, who's going to be able to take it over. This Indian woman passed by. It's like all these different cultures. It's just like we are supposed to be in a melting pot, but someone's trying to lead you into a way where you get out of the chains of America that make you feel that heavy. If you see that someone's above you and they're naturally floating, why would you try to take a plastic bag and put it over their head and tie them down versus go up with them? That's the misunderstanding that I'm having, right? Because I'm like, you don't run me, and I will never let you run me. And for you to think that you should try to come and run somebody versus just get an understanding that they're doing something different than you, and you can learn from that and then potentially move in that same space, or just say, oh, you do your hair like that, I do my hair like that. Okay, cool. See you later. Like, again, when it comes back to the soul family, your soul family will get it. That's why Erykah Badu, she said, I live where I live. Like, it's people that keep moving. They want to distract the message. They want to pull my energy in all these different ways, right? It's 4 different people with triangles around me trying to pull my energy. Like, I can already see it. They think I can't see the formation. I see what's going on. But it's like, people want you to be in their energy so bad. It's like, if it's taking 4 different people from 4 different families to pull my energy, then obviously you don't have the pull that you think you have if you have to do all of that. You know what I'm saying? If you got to go ahead and do all of that, it's not worth it, because it's not working. So now I'm sitting here in my grandmother's neighborhood, and it's like, okay, we got her, we got her, we got her. Do I think that things are meant to be the way that they are? Hell no. I know that they're not meant to be the way that they are, because if they were meant to be the way that they are, then there wouldn't be people trying to make changes. If things were meant to be the way that they are, we would have never got out of slavery. Like, things have to keep changing. So if things were not meant to be the way that they're supposed to be, hold on. If things were meant to be the way that they were supposed to be, we wouldn't have people trying to make change happen. And people have been trying to make things or change happen for years, right? It's been years and years and years we've been trying to change stuff. Rewrite doctrines, rewrite the Constitution. We've had constitutional amendments. So there's never going to be a point in time where everything's perfect, because just like we do as humans have evolved multiple times in the lifespan of being humans, instead of just some microbiome that evolved into what we are. Everything evolves. So things have to change for things to be able to be comfortable. We're not comfortable right now because they keep on trying to take away our natural human rights. They're trying to turn us into robots. You understand? Like, they want us to be in this AI dimension where your soul is locked down into, like, and they can, like, use their flower grade of electrical currents and all that shit around you to, like, put you in this digital box where they can siphon your energy because they can control it. But most people don't realize that. Most people understand that, or people like me understand that. It's like, I know the great work of the world. Like, you're not about to try to use the flower of life to try to, like, stop me from enjoying what I'm doing. You get what I'm saying? But a lot of times people don't realize that what they're doing is wrong because they're attempting to hurt somebody. I'm not coming to hurt y'all. I'm just letting y'all know that there's a freer way you could live, where you literally just fall wholeheartedly into somebody's love, energy, embrace, and you just jump on that thing and just ride that joint like a motherfucking monkey. You know what I'm saying? Now, some people will root for, oh, we want you to go for baby blue. It's not for you to tell me which one to go through. Just because that man has accessed your psyche and took over your brain, now you want to evoke his energy into me because now you're underneath his energy because he knows how to transfer his energy into people's bodies, right? That's dark energy. He knows how to possess people. Just because he possessed you, now you looking out your window trying to force me to be possessed by the energy that possessed you, because now you realize the energies that we're trying to emit against each other are, for lack of better words, opposing. And it's like, let's hope I make it to work, because if my car don't jump this morning because people trying to siphon my energy, they're like, what's that energy? Where'd that come from? I was outside in nature. You sleep around a bunch of people who be siphoning your energy while you sleep. Being alone is a good thing. If people learn to live alone again and share as necessary, not just, oh, we need black, we need it. Like, bro, I need y'all to back the fuck up. Because now y'all trying to make me feel hollow before I even get the chance to go to work. I'm feeling so full of love and just energy and light, and it's just like, ugh. I come here to a neighborhood where people are supposed to be happy, and now I'm feeling like, did y'all just like take a sword up the back of my back and just split it open? Like, ugh. I just tried to gut it like a fish and said, oh, we caught a big fish. But then if I come do the same thing, then I'm evil. Now, here's another concept that I know between both of my soulmates that might be controversial. Between both of them, they both understand what my soul's mission is, which is to teach people the breathless state. They both understand the breathless state. One of them, I had to show it to him through meditation. The other one, he was already doing it by the time I met him, but I had forgot about it. He reminded me of my soul's mission, even though he was karmic. The breathless state, where you like, and you kind of become like a submarine. Some people will say a hot air balloon, but it's like, imagine you're in the ocean and you want to float. What did they tell you to do? Hold your breath and you'll float. You gotta book a one-on-one with me. I have a link down below that you can go ahead and book in. But I gotta go. It's 7/12, which is so crazy. That's my baby father's birthday. But I gotta go. I gotta get up out of here because we got a lot of energy vampires in the building, and I need to hurry and get my shower and get to work because I gotta be there at 9. All right, I love y'all. Just remember, be easy. And if you want some information on the breathless state before you want to go and do a one-on-one with me just to prove that it's a real thing, Google it. But you can still book a one-on-one with me. I'm happy my skin is clearing up. That tea tree oil is really working. I've been using rose water and tea tree oil. And I do have a lot of acne scars. So when the moon comes out, me and the moon be like one-on-one, because I'm like the lady of like, you see all these craters? It's just like the moon. That's why I used to be really self-conscious about this because my face never used to look like this. But my mom used to pick my acne. So when I was in middle school living by myself, I was picking the fuck out of my skin, like digging. Because the bumps used to be so deep, and I used to just be like, gugh, 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 just digging, not realizing I was damaging my actual surface of my skin. This came from my last relationship. It was like a disgusting ass boil. He had the same exact bump on his cheek on this, like when we look at each other, it's in the same spot on our face. I'm like, bro, are you my twin or are you my twin? That's crazy. But mine, I bursted and it finally went away. It took forever. It was so much blood and pus in this thing. It was like pink and thick coming out of here. I don't know what the fuck. Then I like realized it was like a spiritual cord attached to it. So it was like somebody was living in my body through like some kind of weird spiritual root work where they had a root going through my cheek. And I'm like, so if they did it to me and they doing it to you, then who is it? Like, is it your baby mother? So he has the exact same one because he got his from getting in a fight with her father. But then after I dated him, I started getting it on the opposite side of my face because like when we look at each other, it's on the same side, but his is still there. I tried to tell him I wanted to help him get it off, but he didn't want to let me. But mine is starting to fade away now. It's still a little lump under there. So it's still something. I guess like our relationship. It's still a little something. Anywho, I hope that this message helps you guys. I'll be doing some tarot maybe later on in the day. I get off at 5, so I'll probably do some maybe on my lunch break. I'll probably come and do a live and do a tarot read live. I think I'm going to start doing that. Just give y'all the word of the day, the message in the morning, and then do tarot in the middle of the day. I used to like to do tarot because it did give me a forecast of the day, though. So maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'll learn to just do tarot first and then give y'all a lesson. Let me know what y'all want me to do. Y'all want a lesson or the message and then tarot? Or do y'all want the tarot and then the message? And do y'all want it all in one video? Because I could put it all in one video because we only been here for 50 minutes. And I don't have to be to work till 9. But what do y'all want it to be? Because I'm here for y'all. I'm here to provide y'all with the knowledge and the wisdom that, you know, I'm just sharing my brain cells with y'all, essentially. So what do y'all want? Let me know because I'm about to go get in the shower. Like, let me know, like, right now. Like, right now. I know y'all want both at the same time, but, like, give me a time frame. Like, do y'all want it, like, now? Like, in the daytime? Or share both? Of course, I'll share both. But I'm like, do I do the tarot reading at the beginning of my video and then the message? Or do y'all want the message first and then the tarot read? I think it makes sense to do the... Oh, it's a Cyclops lady. Oh yeah, you already know that one. That third eye definitely potent over here, baby. Oh yes, baby. Woo. Okay, I had to get that stretch out because they really eating me up. They sending me down like 25 levels. They getting on my neck. Heavy. Okay. So I gotta go, y'all, because they heavy on my neck right now. It's getting on my nerves. Thank you for subscribing. I'm so close to 1,000 subscribers, and those 1,000 subscribers will help me start to monetize my channel. So if you're subscribed, please bring a friend, bring a family member, and assist your girl with this upward motion, because once I start monetizing, look, baby, I mean, I already am very reliable when it comes to coming onto this platform, but like, I legit want to like continue growing. So just getting to 1,000 subs is enough for me because I can monetize at that point. But, you know, going past it is always great too. So y'all keep on subscribing. Bring your friends, bring your family, people who need to hear this message. Share this video. Like, comment, share, subscribe, always. You know, that helps me stay in the algorithm and grow in the algorithm. Because there was a point in time where I was getting 11,000 people on my live every rising. 5,000 minimum people watching my video. But a lot of them, I'm not gonna lie, were very trolly. And I wasn't really cool with having my energy open to that kind of energy, per se. But thank you guys so much for sharing with me. And I have no problem with sharing with y'all as long as y'all pour back into me. So I'm not gonna lie to y'all, before I get up out of here, I'm gonna need me some green and some red and a little bit of yellow. Give me what y'all can. All right, thank you guys so much. That's all I needed. I just got to take my shower and get to work. So keep me in y'all prayers. I'll keep y'all all in my prayers. See butts, Perpetual Atlantean, you know, you're always in my prayers. I've got a prayer for you always. Dominion Murray for staying tuned for this whole entire message. Even the people who are negative, I still pray for y'all. Amut, Nadia, and everybody else who's here. Got a prayer for you. As long as you drop something down below, a purple heart in the chat, a green and purple heart down in the chat, always got a prayer for you. So I'm praying for y'all. Y'all stay up. And remember, here on this platform, you are heard, seen, and loved. Remember, always have peace, love, and hair grease and everything in between, because these are your chakras in your body to let you manifest your dreams. Don't let nobody take advantage of you. Okay? Pour into people who pour into you. And when people don't pour it, you find a way to learn how to wrap that thing up with some saran wrap and some latex and keep it on ice. Okay, baby? It's your spice. Don't let nobody try to treat you or steal from you that ain't nice. All right. Y'all have a good one. Peace.